Hello, welcome to the Pedestal Society. My name is Braille, and today I want to talk about the cheat code to success. This ain't your mom's advice, all right? So I'm gonna wait a little bit because I know this was an impromptu live stream. I hadn't planned on doing it, but something said you got to do it. We got to have this conversation because I want to give you some cheat codes because I want you to be successful. I want you to experience the things that most people won't ever get to experience. And these are going to be some reasons why they don't. We're going to talk about why people don't get to experience the success that they desire to experience in life is because they're not using the cheat codes to life to in a way where you're going to be successful. So I want to go in and jump in and just say one thing that really helped me, and I want to put this in a way where young people can get it because I know I'm out the loop. I know I'm a little bit older, so I don't really get slang. But I want to put this in a way that everyone needs to understand when it comes to the first thing I'm gonna give you in cheating, and not just I'm not saying cheating per se in a way where it's gonna harm anybody. I'm saying the cheat code that you need to be success. These are some of the things that you need to pay attention to. The first thing I'm going to tell you is to start looking at the signs and signals that life is giving you. Because I do a lot of mentoring and have a lot of deep conversations with a lot of members of my inner circle. And I realize that sometimes what we're not doing, we're hitting the gas and we're going past the signs and signals that's been given to us, or we're ignoring the patterns that's right in front of us. We're ignoring how people are handling us and it's right in our face, but then we get upset because of the fact that they're not honest and open about it up front, but that's the reason why they're able to get over on you because of the fact you're ignoring the signs and signals. So I want to give this example in a way that most young people can understand. Because most of you all are on social media. You're watching me on social media. We're all kind of savvy when it comes to social media. You're gonna have to start treating life like an algorithm. Do you understand the algorithm is only shown? You choose your algorithm. You get to choose what's shown to you by what you choose. So if you decide to watch a video and that video is maybe a comedy, you're gonna have comedy in your FYP because you chose it. So I need you to start looking at life as though it's an algorithm. I need you to start looking at life as though you're choosing the things that's in front of you, and you have a choice at all time to change direction or change the algorithm that you want to be seen. When you start looking at life that way, I guarantee you life is going to improve just by that point right there. When you start looking at it, at the signs and signals that's given to you and paying attention to them, paying attention to the slick remarks that people say, paying attention to the man that doesn't want to commit or to go on dates, paying attention to the family members that speak badly on your name. When you start looking at the signs and signals, you can improve your life every single time. When you start looking at it as though it's an algorithm and you have all control and choices of what you decide to engage in with so that you'll get the things that you want to see more of. So if you choose to be around more supportive people, people who love you, people who are gonna support you no matter what you're doing, it's people who are always gonna be there and they show up for you and when times are good or when times are hard, that's gonna be your algorithm. You're gonna get more of it. But you got to start treating your life like it's an algorithm. When you start treating your life like it's an algorithm that you have choice to make a decision and decide what you're open for or what you're not open for, you will. That's a cheat code. That is a cheat code. Trust me, when I was younger, I really didn't get that. I always thought it was something else happening to me or somebody else was doing something to me. And the more I thought like that, the more I got myself in trouble. The more I found myself involved in drama. See, one of the things I had to learn, if you start allowing people who like to gossip and they're gossiping around you, even if you're not participating, you still get caught up in the gossip. But when you start to kind of walk away from the people who are gossiping and walk away from those type of conversations, you stop getting caught up in drama. See how that works? Life is nothing but an algorithm. When you start really taking on accountability and choosing what you want to see of, you'll get to see more of it. And see, I wish somebody would have told me that when I was caught up in drama because of the fact I didn't realize that I didn't have to stay. I didn't realize just because you're my friend don't mean I have to stay for the drama. Don't mean I got to get involved. So I find myself when I start seeing people talking about other people and I'm in the room and I know I don't want my name attached to it, skedaddle, I'm out. Catch you on the flip side, because I understand that I have to leave when I'm not open to certain things. It doesn't matter if I'm just listening. It doesn't matter, because usually, even if you're just listening, then the person says, "Oh, why you didn't speak up for me? Why you didn't say something?" Or if you be quiet and you're listening, and they find out you were listening, you didn't say anything, you can't help but get involved in the drama that's being created right around you. But when you start looking at life as it's an algorithm, it's a game changer, because then you get to pick and choose. Because when it comes to the content creators and the people who create content like myself, we look at the algorithm on the back end. We know that if we say certain things, we're going to attract certain people. We know if we have certain conversations, we're going to attract certain people. We know if we go live at a certain time, we're going to attract this amount of people at that time. I even know that this time is usually around the time that I go live during the week. But for Saturday, I'm not on. The algorithm shows that I'm not here. But I decided to go live because I had some time after my mastermind. I'm like, you know what? Let's go live. I have a message. This is amazing. This has been on my mind for the past week. Yes, if you start looking at life as though it's an algorithm that you have choice, you can pick and choose what you desire to have. You will have more of what you want versus more of what you don't want. And that is the easiest way I can put it, because I used to be that person who was clueless also. I would literally be in situations that I didn't have to be a part of if I just walked away. It's not because I was talking about the person. It's not because I was engaging in that thing. It's because I was in the room. If I realized that if I just walked away, I wouldn't have to deal with the situation. Another thing that I have found has been a cheat code is to invest in yourself. I'm all about investing. Y'all gotta stop being so cheap. Stop being so cheap and invest in yourself. That has been a game changer. I am not tech savvy. I know nothing about social media. And this is not a call for you to invest in any of my programs. If you don't like none of my programs, you can always go invest in somebody else's. I can always give you recommendations, because baby, I take and get with mentors and get with people who know more than I do. When you learn how to invest in yourself, it pays dividend, it compounds. You get a compound effect when you invest in yourself, and also you shortcut the process. For you sitting out here looking at all these different people and hoping you can piecemeal everything to make to find out what to do, you could have already just talked to the right person and been on your way, and you could be experiencing success that you desire. And when I learned that, that was a game changer, because trust me, I'm a person who's very financial savvy. So I don't believe in, paying too for much for this. I always kind of put a cap on certain things that I want to pay for. But then I realized that doesn't work when you're trying to invest in yourself. You're trying to go in a direction. If you're trying to have something for yourself, if you're trying to create something for yourself, you're gonna have to find that there's people that know more than you. And those people that know more than you, if you invest in them, they invest in you. You shortcut the time that it would take for you to learn that thing. I will never forget, the best thing I ever did for myself was invest in business coaches. And I invested in two of them. They helped me decide that I even had a business, because I didn't know I had something. I was just doing what I do because I love what I do. I love talking to people. I love creating this community. I love having these conversations. So I'm just doing what I love to do. I didn't know it was a business. And so they helped me realize and hone in that it's a business and you need to run it as such. You need to have, and I was like, at first I was very resistant, because I was like, I'm going to give it for free. If you started from the very beginning with my content, I give everything away for free, because it was never my intention to have a business. But then when I realized I was giving everything for free, what was happening, people weren't valuing it. I had to really learn that people don't value what they don't buy. If they don't invest in it, they don't value it. And when I realized that, I realized I have to set a price. It has to have a price. We have to exchange value. It's not because I'm money hungry. It's not because I feel like your coins is going to help me become a millionaire. I'm going to be that anyway. I'm going to be what I am. Okay. But when I realized investing in myself was a game changer, it helped cut down the time that I would spend looking at all the videos or finding somebody else who has the information, when I could just go to one of my business coaches and just ask the question, and they could give me information, help me get set up. It was a game changer. It was a way to successfully create a business that gives me a great income, which I never even thought about doing. I never even envisioned it happening, but it did. God know before we do. So invest in yourself. Don't be cheap on yourself. Like don't think. And then also, I don't think women think about the fact that if you want a high value, high quality man, they invest in themselves. They spend upwards of to 100K or more in personal development. They go to conferences. They're always investing in themselves. And if you're a type of person who don't believe in that, you don't believe in investing in yourself, you believe everything is free somewhere, and you do whatever you can to get it free, you're not even an energetic match for that type of person. So I need you to be honed in to what's important to you. Because when you don't understand why it's important to invest in yourself, you might not do it. That's what I realized. When I realized I didn't understand why it was important, and I was trying to figure out how to get it, how to cap it, and how not to invest in it, and how to get around people who know. People who do know understand that you're not going to value information unless you exchange value in some way. People do not even value what they don't invest in. That's the reason if you give someone something expensive, they may not value it because of the fact they didn't pay anything for it or they didn't invest in it. So invest in yourself. It's a shortcut. It's a shortcut to invest in yourself. You'll get there a whole lot faster if you invest in yourself. You got to learn to listen more than you talk. Some of us, we talk too much. We're talking so much that we're not listening. Listen more than you talk, and you'll learn more about the person than even they were willing to reveal. They will reveal themselves while they're talking. That's the reason why it's important for you to get in the habit of learning to listen. That has been a code to success when I've learned how to listen and not respond and not talk back. When I started taking in clients and we were being all talkative, I realized that we weren't getting enough done and I wasn't getting enough information. But when I started being quiet and allowing my clients just to talk, it was easier for me to hone in what the issues are. But when I'm talking and I'm keeping the conversation going and I'm doing more talking than I'm listening, I'm not giving them the opportunity and space for them to reveal themselves. People reveal themselves in silence, not in conversation. So you have to learn how to listen. Well, I mean, they reveal themselves when you're silent. When they're talking, they will reveal themselves while you listen. Be okay with baby steps. This is something I had to let one of my clients know. It is okay to baby step your way to success. Don't think that you got to know everything and you got to get all the information. You got to know how it plays out, because the more that you do that, the more that plays into overanalyzing, overthinking, and perfection. And you want to get away from that when you're trying to obtain or be successful. So you want to baby step your way to success. Don't think that you have to do it all. Don't think you have to know it all. Don't think you have to know all of the and have all the answers before you get started, because you don't. Baby step your way. Take your time to get where you're going, because a lot of lessons will be learned on that journey. A lot of lessons are needed to achieve what you need to achieve and the success that you desire. Doubt is natural. Like, stop thinking that you have failed because you have some doubt. Doubt is natural. Fear and doubt is natural, and I'm glad. I'm glad it's natural, because in fact, if it wasn't, then you may be inclined to jump out of a moving car, or you may be inclined to jump off of a mountain. So I'm glad doubt and fear comes up anytime that you're trying to go from the old state to the new state. When you're trying to start something new or learn something new, doubt is going to come up, and it's natural. So you shouldn't think that you failed because you're doubting yourself, or you failed, and this means that you're not going to be able to manifest that, or you're not going to be able to have that thing, because doubt is a natural thing. Only thing happens is when your belief when your the doubt overshadows the belief, then you got an issue. But doubt is natural. Doubt is a natural thing to have. So don't beat yourself up because you're in doubt, or because you're in a you're in a mode right now trying to change, and you're trying to change your life. You're trying to move forward. You want to level up. You have all these things you want to accomplish. Don't get upset because it's not happening. Be honest with yourself. If you're trying to be successful, you want things to happen, you want change to happen, You want to live your life in a certain way, you got to be honest with yourself. This is not the time to lie. One of the things you should always want to have rule of thumb. One rule of thumb you should always have as a grown woman is never lie to yourself. If you lie to other people, whatever. But if you lie to yourself, that's a problem. Because if you lie to yourself, this means you're not going to know what you need to work on or what you need to address. You're not going to know what you need. And so it's important that you don't lie to yourself and you're honest with yourself so that you can get the things that you want out of life. You want to be successful, you want to have it all, you want to live your best life, then you want to make sure you're honest with yourself so that you can get the things that you're trying to accomplish, get the things that you want. Stop being so nice. Some of y'all are so nice. There's a problem with nice. Being nice means that you're doing things in order to make other people feel good and to be accepted. You want to be kind. You want to be kind because being kind means you're going to take into account the things that are needed for you're going to take yourself into account. It's not just going to be about the other person. You're not going to be just doing it to be liked. You're not going to be doing it just because of the fact that it's going to be the best thing for that person. You're going to take yourself into that context also. So you want to stop being so nice. Stop being so nice. Y'all are too nice. And that's how I know you're good people, because you're too nice. You're good people, you're too nice. And then you do things that are going to get you in trouble because you're too nice. And you don't think about the consequences of being too nice until the consequences are there. They're sitting in front of your face because you were too nice. Stop being too nice. You want to be successful? You want to have desires in your heart? Stop being so nice. Okay, it doesn't mean that you can't be a good person. It means you're going to actually process and think things through before you go do anything. You're going to think along the lines, am I doing this because I want to be liked, or I want to be accepted, or I want this person to see me in a certain way, or am I doing this thing because it's going to benefit us for me doing it? So stop being so nice. That niceness is hurting you being successful. Stop trying to be so stop trying to become more feminine, because becoming more feminine is becoming more you. All these videos that pop up every single week that I see, all the videos talking about, oh, if you're becoming more feminine, if you wear dresses, or you become more feminine if you wear more makeup. You can only become more feminine if you become more you. That is the only way to become more feminine. So those videos, you need to start ignoring them, because becoming feminine is more about you than it is about them. Being more feminine is about you connect to your inner authority and your authentic self. It's about you. It's about who you are as a woman. It's about what you want out of life. It's not about other people. Everything else is bonuses that happens from being more feminine. Like, yes, being more feminine, being more in connected with self, being more authentic with self, you're going to see your magnetism increase. You're going to see that you have more people that are more excited to be around you and want to be in your presence. You're going to see men chasing you and wanting to be around you and wanting to be with you. So you're going to see the results of that you see on social media that people are talking about. But it's not even possible to become more feminine unless you become more you. I'm not going to be up here alone. Y'all know, Sarah, my weekends are for family. I just wanted to go live a little bit and see who's out here and see if coming live on a weekend, I could actually connect more with the people who follow me. I can't see who's in here or not. So if you're here, leave me a comment down below. Leave me a comment down below. But the cheat code to success is you absolutely focusing in on what's best for you. I know you love those people. I know you love him. I know you care about a lot of people, But you cannot be successful without having an idea of what that looks like and what it means to you. So if you want it, you're going to have to actually figure out what that looks like. This has been amazing on my yeah, it's been on my mind about the cheat codes. It says I may even I may do more with this because I want to do more with this. This was like really like a test to see how many people's on up here on Saturday. I see not that many. I don't think there's that many people on Saturdays on the page that watches because I already knew my algorithm says no one shows up on today. My days are usually like Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I just wanted to throw a little wrench in the algorithm because if I wanted to see more people here, I need to show up. That's how you make decisions. You see the signs and signals, you make a decision to do something different. And that's what I wanted to do. So now I got my answer. So if I wanted to be, if I wanted people up here, I had to come. I had to show up on Saturday. Thank you for coming on. You're welcome. You're welcome. You all know y'all gotta talk back or I leave. Y'all gotta talk back. But I have found the cheat code also is letting go of people very quickly. And I think some people have said that this makes me very cruel or this makes me not emotionally intelligent. And I'm going to say that's not true. Because if you treat everybody like an adult, if I treat you like an adult, you know what you did. So why should I spend a lot of time communicating to you about what you did? That just draws me more into communicating. And this means we still haven't solved anything. And I'm quite sure you all can relate. You've came across that situation. You came across a situation where you've communicated over and over and over to a person about what they did. And instead of them making any type of relevant changes, they didn't. They did the same thing over again. So that's the reason why I became a one hitter quitter. And what I mean by that, you've gotten enough signs and signals from me that you're doing something wrong. I'm going to treat you like an adult and leave you alone. A lot of people don't agree with that. Even my family members like, well, Braille, that is really strict. What if they didn't get the signs and signals? But if you're treating people like an adult, they're going to be able to get the signs and signals. I can't help if you choose to ignore it. I can't help if you decided to look at the writing on the wall and ignore it and play blind. That's not my problem. The cheat code of success is to kind of leave people behind very quickly when you realize that they are not in alignment or in the purpose of where you're going. You got to learn to move around very quickly. That may even mean your mama. That may even mean your sister. That may even mean your brother. That may even mean your friendships of 10 and 20 and 15 years. It may sound harsh, but that is the only way also to save you. If you want to make sure you save yourself from always having, uh, there's a word for it, decision fatigue, or you want to save your mental health, start treating everyone like an adult, and I guarantee you're going to have less adults around you. Just try it out. Try it out, and you will see it's a cheat code. Try it out. If you start saying, I'm going to look at everybody like an adult, all these people in front of me is an adult. So her talking behind me, behind my back, she's cut off because I'm not going to go talk to her about her talking to me behind my back because she's an adult. She knows that's not the right thing to do. All of us are born with a certain level of right and wrong. It's still passed down within the DNA. So if you're going to look at everybody like an adult, you start to kind of eliminate adults who are not acting like an adult. It's a cheat code, and it can lead to your success because you're not dealing with BS. You're not dealing with people who are going to hold you back. You're not dealing with drama. You're not dealing with people who get you involved in drama. And this way you live a pretty peaceful life. The more peaceful your life is, the easier it is for you to create. A lot of times you're living with distractions. And if you don't treat people like an adult and you go through life saying, oh, I'm going to give them a pass because they had a bad childhood. Oh, I'm going to give them a pass because I've known them for 10 years. Oh, I'm going to give them a pass because they've been a client of mine a long time. The more that you do that, the more that you destroy your peace, the more that you introduce a distraction, the less success you will have. I guarantee you. These are the things I know. It may not, it may seem a little harsh, but I guarantee you when you get into it, it'll be like it's like clockwork work. It becomes an embodiment. You start peeping things, you start seeing things, and you start letting that person go very quickly. I had to let someone go. I dismissed it without explanation, and it felt so unnatural to me. But I felt like I'd be begging if I text a long paragraph. And see, that's the thing. You know what? When that's the thing. When you get drawn into people who want to pretend they don't know what they're doing, you're distracted from having the sense of doing things you're supposed to be doing. That's the reason why treating everybody like an adult was a game changer for me, because I no longer got caught up in trying to go back and forth and keep communicating the same thing over and over and over and over. Now they understand what they've done. Trust me, a lot of people are making moves, saying things, they know what they're doing. They're just not aware that you're aware of what they're doing. And since they feel like you're not aware of it, that they can get away with doing it over and over and over. And it's something that they have utilized. See, this comes from childhood. We create certain things in childhood for us to receive the things that we need. Just like some people lie because of the fact that that's the only way they've been able to get help. When they lie to their parents actually paid attention to them. Their parents actually fulfilled the request. So they don't have any other way other than a lie. Some people, they had to learn how to manipulate as children. So they carried that on into adulthood. See, they when you start looking at them as they're healthy adults. I don't care about their past. I'm not breaking down their past situations and what may have affected them. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. If they need counseling and they need therapy, they need to go get that. Because I'm not going to allow them to be the distraction in my life. I understand that they grew up with manipulation, so they don't know how to ask for what they want. They know how to manipulate people or try to move people into getting what they want, but they don't know how to ask for it. When I see that, I'm going to leave that person alone. What did I tell you? Life is an algorithm. Life is always showing you what's in front of you based off your decisions and choices. It's up to you to pick and choose. The more choices that you pick and choose is going to lead you to success and where you want to go, the more success that you will see in life. I recently had in a decade-long friendship. She showed me that she took me for granted, that our ethics and principles don't align. She was shocked that I ended it from one weekend of events. We actually had planned a phone call to talk about the weekend next day, and she still acted a delusional and disrespectful. I ended it on the phone. See, I'm telling you, this ain't your mama's advice, because your mama's gonna tell you to go and talk to those people. But I'm gonna tell you from my own personal experience what I have found that people operate from what they've learned as children. They've been able to get their needs fulfilled through manipulation, through gaslighting, through lies. They've gotten their needs felt through that way. Not felt, got their needs met through that. So they continue to do it in adulthood. See, you as an adult have to decide what you're open for. And when you decide, I am no longer open for people manipulating me, lying to me, mistreating me, using me, I'm going to let these people go as though they're healthy adults. You'll feel a whole lot better for it, because those people don't know how to operate other than for what they learned to operate. They learn to operate as children, and as that in that way, they're going to continue to do so until they make a choice to do so. I can see it if that person comes into me as an adult, grown adult, and say, "Hey, I didn't mean to. I don't want to do that. I'm going to do something different. That's not the way I'm going to do anything. Or I want to do better. Let's start over here." And they talk about what they did wrong and what they're going to do better. And I not just talk. I want to see action. If I can't see action, I can't participate. If I can't see action, I cannot participate. I've learned long ago that people have to talk a good game. People have a good mouthpiece. They know how to talk a good game. But where the action behind what they say they're going to do? Let me see the action of you doing what you say you're going to do. I can't take you seriously until I see action. You know, there's an old saying, forgive, never Never forget, forgive, but never forget. I live by that. I'll forgive you, but I never forget. I'm going to forgive you. Even though some people say, oh, this means you ain't never forgave. Not so. It means I'm going to forgive you, but I'm never going to forget what you brought or what you did or how you handled something. And this means I'm never going to engage. This makes so much sense. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I think people tend to stay in bad situations because all these years you put in, who cares? I have my whole life ahead of me. I have to live my best life now. And the thing is, I don't know if you get more lives in one. Under the assumption that you only get one life. And since I only get one life, I refuse to live it where I'm living in a life where I can't live my best life, where I'm surrounded by people who want to use me, mistreat me, lie to me, abuse me. I refuse to do that. And since I refuse to do that, it has been a game changer treating everyone as though they're adults. I don't concern myself about your past. That is your situation. I'm not a counselor. You can talk to me about it, but I'm not a counselor. So when you do something to me, I'm not going to accept that you did it because you were mistreated or because you used to manipulate or your parents gaslit you. That's not my issue. That's yours. And I don't give people multiple chances. Like I said, this is not your mama's advice. I know your mama's advice is to keep forgiving and allow people to do it over and over and over. Not me. You do it once, that's enough for me. That's too rich for my blood. You done something to me. One time is one time too many. Because then I'm like, well, I didn't see the signs and signals. Life is an algorithm. It's based on my decisions and choices. Why I didn't see this person is doing this or this person represents this thing. But one time to me is one time too many. I'm not of the mind to let you try again. I don't believe that if you hurt me, you're the one that can heal me. If you hurt me, you can't heal me. The best way to heal me is to let you go. To let you go and let you be on your merry way and let you find better. Because apparently I am not it. Because I am not going to accept that type of behavior. When I tell you people are surprised, they're blown away in the way that I move. Because I am that person that we could be cool, we could be great, and you do or say something that I know that you know better. Because I'm very upfront about who I am and what I want and what I need from you. You're not going to have to guess when it comes to me. I'm very open about what I need. I am not those other women who's scared to open their lips. You're scared to ask for what you want. I'm not that girl. I'm going to ask for what I want. I'm going to tell you what I'm looking for. I'm going to be very honest about it. So if I know if you crossing that line and they're saying you crossing those boundaries, you chose to do that. You chose to test to see if I was up on my game, if I was going to stand on business, like some of you young people say. Because people will test that. They will test to see if you're about that life. And then you're going to pick up your phone, you're going to call me, and you're going to find out that you can't reach me. Because I'm going to treat you like an adult that I had a conversation with, and I let you know exactly what I expected. I'm one of those people. I'm upfront. I'm honest about what I'm looking for. I'm honest what I want from you. I'm honest for things that I'm not open for. It's the same thing with men. When you're dealing with men, you have to be honest. Men cannot read your mind. They cannot read your mind. So you have to be somewhat honest about what you're looking for and what you want from them. And then if they're not willing to do it, I don't understand this idea that we're going to figure out how to get them to do it. I don't like doing that. I would prefer someone who's willing to do it versus someone that I have to actually figure out how to manipulate or move them around to get them to do something for me. I want someone who's authentically wanting to do something for me versus someone I have to force to do it. Because I'm not about a hard life. I'm not about hard, trying to force things, trying to make things happen. That's not my life. That doesn't even align with my belief system. I don't have that belief system where everything is hard or I got to struggle, or I got to earn it. My belief system is everything is easy. It's simple. It works out. And once you start moving as such, people will tell you, oh, that's too harsh. But let me tell you what I found. I found that my too harsh has left me in peace. I don't have drama in my life. I live a very peaceful, blessed life. And that is because of the way that I move. I'm not sure why women think that they have to be stabbed in the back 1,000 times. And I think also some of that, some of that belief is something that we carry over from dealing with women. Dealing with women, you've probably dealt, if you dealt with women and you had a friendship group, y'all dealt with people stabbing each other in the back and you all making up and being friends. And then I think that carries over when you deal with men. So now, because see, a lot of us haven't separated that men and women are different. A lot of us think men and women are the same and that your hearts are set the same way as a man's heart is, and it isn't. And so you carry that over and you're dealing with men in the same way. So now you're over here dealing with situations that you don't have to deal with, but you don't have to be with, or you don't have to be with or have friends that stab you in the back. The most drama that I entertain is being in the Facebook groups that I lurk in. That's the most drama I entertain. In real life, my life is peaceful. And since I have such a peaceful life, it really helps me to kind of connect with God. Like I think that when you have so much drama and distractions happening, it's hard to really connect with God to find out what your purpose is and what you're meant to do. That's the reason why I know what I'm meant to do, because I don't have any drama. My life is very peaceful. And peace can get boring, but I prefer peace versus drama. I prefer peace versus drama. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm trying to, uh, there's always something going on that I can never lay down and rest. I don't want to be in that situation regardless if it's friends or a relationship. So yes, it may sound harsh to treat everybody like an adult, but when you treat them like an adult, it gives you peace because then it's easier to move on and move around when you realize this person isn't going to be an adult. And being honest with myself, when I tell you that's a game changer, I'm not lying to myself. I'm telling myself the exact truth. Like I said, I don't care if you lie to others. That's none of my business. But one thing, you never want to make the mistake of lying to yourself. That's the reason why some women's level up has been very stagnant, is because she's lying to herself about where she is in her results. Your results are everything. And like I said, this is not your mama's advice. This is my advice. My advice might sound somewhat harsh, but your results are your best thinking right now. Your results relay your standards. So if you don't like what you're seeing, you have to change it. No one can do that for you other than you. From childhood, we're being told to talk it out, shake hands, go back to playing together after we've been hurt. We've been taught to keep being friends with the problem. Yes, and it's problematic because then you get stuck in that cycle where you're doing it over and over and over with the same person. So I refuse. Like I said, the best thing, one of the best things that I ever started implementing was treating everybody like an adult. And since I realize it now, this may not work if you're a person who don't speak up for themselves. If you're a person, if you like a mouse and you get with, you have friends and you date, and the way that you move is that you don't speak up for yourself, you're scared to say anything, then everybody's gonna be confused why you stop talking to them. So what I want to say is I encourage you to be kind of upfront about who you are. So being upfront about who you are, you ain't got to go and be like, oh, I'm because a lot of times the people who jump out there and just say all these things, they aren't that anyway. I found the toughest girl, the girl who about that life, is the one who's quiet. So I don't want you to go ahead and just kind of blurt all your business out, but I want you to, in situations that come up, when they come up, show that person who you are and what you believe in. There's opportunities with interactions. Every interaction gives you the opportunity to show that person who you are. And so I'm very honest about doing that. I'm that type of person to be like, if we had a movie and I'm laughing, like, that's something I do too. So they're seeing who I am because I'm participating. I'm letting them know how I feel about things. I'm speaking up for myself. So there's no way that they could ever believe or not know that I wouldn't be open for certain things. So I don't feel the need for all this communication. I feel like action speaks louder than words. Just because we were taught to do that as children doesn't mean it works as adults. I think as children, it was kind of easier to kind of, because we had a limited scope of life. So it was easier to work that way as a child. But it's not easy to work that way as an adult. Just to shake hands and, say we're going to keep going back and play together. You know that it's more complicated than that as an adult. And I'm gonna say this because I think I've done this before. I've said this before, but I think I took the video down when I talked about when we need to be very careful. Here's another thing we need to do as a woman. You want to be successful in everything? I'm gonna tell you to run from the unlucky. If a woman keeps losing, stop being around her because her losing can wash off on you. It wasn't popular when I said it 2 years ago. And yes, it's familiar because it's a part of the 48 laws of power. And I gave examples of how women ignore it in that video, but you need to walk away from people who do not win. Winning is contagious. Losing is also contagious. If that person is consistently losing, then you don't want to be a part of that friendship group. If those women aren't making it and they're not successful and they're always losing and nothing ever works out, I don't know what vibe they're on or what vibration they're maintaining. That's when you don't want to maintain. Find better friends. Get around better people. Because unlucky, unhappy, and losers, all that stuff is contagious. If you're in a part of a group and all of the people are unlucky, you will be the seventh person that's unlucky. Because all of that is contagious. Get away from those people. Even if it means you have to be solo dolo. There's been so many times I had to be solo dolo for a while. Because when I would make friends, I realized this person is losing. This person is unlucky. This person is unhappy. And I had to be solo dolo for a little bit longer because I would refuse to be friends with someone that's on that vibe. Because that's energy. That's energetic. And when you tap in that type of energy, it multiplies, it compounds, and you're going to have more of it. And not only will you have more of it, you'll bring it to other people who interact with you. It was unpopular when I said it 2 years ago. And I don't think it's going to be popular now. But I'm telling you, all that I know about success, abundance, wealth, marriage, happiness, love, you want to get away from people who are unhappy, unlucky, and losing. They are not your people. You can feel empathy for them and you can be empathetic. But I encourage you not to hang around those people. They will bring you to their level. You're not going to go to theirs. You're going to go to theirs because it's the energy, it's a vibration that they're holding. Because most people have like a ebb and flow when it comes to winning and losing, right? People who are on an energetic vibe there, There's no ebb and flow, babe. They're just losing. And it's how you know they're on that energetic vibe too. Let me go ahead and tell you, because this is how I found out too. Oh, they'll be like, oh, let me give you some examples because I ran into, because I had to get rid of people just like this in my life. And people thought I was mean because of it. But I recognized the energetic vibe that they were on, and I wasn't willing to tap into that because I'm on the energetic vibe of winning and success and abundance. They're on the energetic vibe of losing, unhappy, and unlucky. That's two different wavelengths. So you're gonna hear from a person who's on that energetic vibe of unlucky, unhappy, and losing. You're gonna hear about all the catastrophes that they have encountered. They dog done died. They done lost their house. Their boyfriend dumped them. They lost their job. Someone robbed them. Their bank account got hacked. That's what you're going to keep hearing from them over and over and over. There's never going to be any good news. They're not going to have any good news. Now, like I said, life is ebb and flow. All right. We have the ebb and flow, but their life is a freaking straight line and it's constantly going down, 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 down. And when you come across these people, run away. Run away. If you want success, you want to have everything that you desire, you want to live a life that's abundant, you want to live an extraordinary life, run away. Those people will bring you down to their level. And when they get together, the conversations are unlucky, unhappy, and losing. It's losing conversation. It's all about they literally have a conversation about who lost the most. I'm like, we're getting together having a conversation about who lost the most? That's problematic. Y'all know this energetic vibe they're on, right? And they're in that vibe, they're in that energy, and they're connected to it. So they're seeing the results of it. Their algorithm, their life is showing the results of that. So be very careful. Be very careful out here. That's the reason why surround yourself with people who are winning, who are positive, who are happy, who are grateful. That's the vibe, that's the energetic level you want to be on. You're going to see everything they're doing multiply. You're going to see the people who are losing, unhappy, and you're going to see them living a different life. So be very careful. Y'all know y'all got to talk back. Y'all want me to stay. You want me to stay a little bit longer? We already been on here 47 minutes. I didn't even mean to stay that long. I was going to stay like about 20 minutes because I just got out of my mastermind. I just got finished teaching my Co-Creator Mastermind class this morning. And I was like, let me go live because I really want to do live streams on the weekend, but I have to have an audience here to make it worth the while. So if y'all show up, I'll show up. You got to show up first though. I'm not going to hold you. I have come across people who have that energy and their life story is a disaster. And I know that some of it's circumstance, but a lot of it is decision and choices. And that's what a lot of it's decision and choices. When you're honest with yourself, you can actually say that. When I was doing, it was decisions and choices. It wasn't anything happening it wasn't happening outside of me. I wasn't a victim. It was the choice and decisions that I was making concerning that thing. That's the reason why I experienced those things. And that's a cheat code of just being honest with yourself and moving in a sense of accountability and only focusing on what you can do versus what other people are doing. So many people are not successful because they focus on everybody else but themselves. You're focused on everybody's success. I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people you're not going to take with you. A lot of people you aren't going to take with you. You're going to leave people along the way. And it's not because they're bad people. It's because they're not meant to go wherever you're going. Oh, okay. I can do a quick little review of the cheat codes that I gave you. I'll do a quick review for the people who came in late. The first cheat code is remember life is an algorithm. Everything is decision and choices. Pay attention to the signs and signals. Don't ignore them. Sometimes life is telling you that it's time to go and do something different. Sometimes it's telling you that it's time for you to be level up and elevate. You need to pay attention to the algorithm that is your life. The second one, invest in yourself. Never be scared of investing in yourself. Investment shortcuts the time. If you want to spend tons of time piecemealing things together to figure out something, and wasting your time when you can have it now, never be scared of investment. That's the thing that helped me, because I'm not tech savvy. I know nothing about the things in front of me. Well, I didn't before. I had to invest in myself to learn. I had to get business coaches. I had to get people who helped me to teach me to set up these tech, because I didn't know anything about it. I could have went on YouTube and watched videos, but since I don't even know the terminology or the language, I would have been there forever trying to figure it out. Instead, I just hired somebody and they helped me, and it shortcut my time. I'd have been wasting time looking at YouTube videos trying to figure out all this tech that I got to use, when I could just hire somebody. They set it up, they show me how to use it, and it's done. So don't be scared of investing in yourself. Don't be cheap when it comes to you, especially if you want a man to invest in you and you want to invest in you. Y'all don't understand, everything around is somewhat energy too. It's energetic. So if you don't want to invest in yourself because you're too cheap, you're not an energetic fat match for a man who will invest in himself. You're not an energetic match for that type of man. And men who are high quality, high value, they spend up to 100K a year in personal development. So don't be cheap with investment. If it's going to develop you, it's going to shorten the time that you spend learning it or getting it or understanding it. Go and invest in it. Trust me, it works. I got me a business coach because I didn't know anything about business. I'm not a business person. I've been a housewife for like most of my marriage. So, but I have a business now. And I had to get business coaches. If I could have did it by watching other people, but who knows what is right and what is wrong. I'd have wasted a lot of time trying to figure out what is right, when I could just got somebody, hired somebody, and they tell me what's right. I do it, I implement it, and now I got a successful business. And that wasn't even the goal. The goal was just to show up. But I understood, since everything is energy, when I used to, if anybody's been here since the very beginning, I used to give everything away for free. I didn't even sell anything. I gave everything away for free. But then I realized a lot of people weren't getting successful. They weren't getting the help they needed because I was giving it away for free, because they didn't value the investment. So a lot of times I would look at it and I can look on the back end of all of my programs, and I can see they never even opened it up. So I'm sending you the cheat code for success. I'm sending you cheat codes on how to date well. I'm sending you success and how to create I'm sending you all this stuff for free. And you didn't even open it up because you don't value it. Since everything is energy and everything's energetic, we have to exchange value. Most good people want to give something back when they receive something. And since I gave something and they didn't give anything back, they feel it's something that we have as human beings, that we don't feel worthy of it, so we don't even utilize it. It takes a lot of inner work to even accept something free and to implement it. That's the reason why, if you've ever found yourself giving somebody something and they trashed it, and you like, I gave them that, I paid for it out of my own pocket, they didn't value it. There was no exchange of value. And since it was no exchange of value, they didn't feel comfortable accepting it for free. So they just didn't open it up, or they didn't use it, or they misused it. And when I learned that, I created the business, and then I started being able to help people, because that was the goal all along. It was to help people. And I had to start charging. So I had to create a business. So I had to get a business coach. Listen more than you talk. You will learn so much about people when you learn how to listen to them. People telling themselves, there really is a rare amount of masterminds out there. There's a rare amount of people who are masterminds, and they can get over on you. So if you learn to listen when people are talking, they will tell everything that you need to know about them. So learn to listen more than you talk. You don't have to fill all the space. You don't have to keep the conversation going. A conversation is just like a tennis match. It's back and forth. And if that isn't happening, be comfortable with the silence. Be okay with baby stepping things. Like I've come across people, women, they want everything all at one time. I don't think you can handle everything at one time. Matter of fact, I know you can't. You have to create the foundation to be able to handle the information. So sometimes you have to baby step your way to success or baby step your way to getting that thing that you're getting. When we haven't conquered like our overthinking, overanalyzing, or our need for perfection, we need to learn how to baby step it, get one thing at a time. And once you get that thing and that thing becomes an embodiment, then we can move on to the next thing. Stop thinking you got to know everything all at one time. You don't. I guarantee you don't. A lot of times things are holding you success. You're being held back from success because you feel like that you don't know enough. Well, you don't really have to know everything to be successful. Half the people that are successful don't know anything. Doubt is natural. Like you're going to have a sense of fear and doubt anyway. So don't let it get you upset that you even have doubt and fear. It's natural. You want to have that. You want to make sure you want to make sure that those emotions are there so that you don't have the need to go jump out of a moving vehicle or jump off a mountain. So doubt is actually natural. It doesn't mean that you're not meant for something. It doesn't mean it isn't for you. It doesn't mean that you can't have it. Doubt is something natural. You just have to learn that when you are in this process of journey of leveling up, you're going to have a sense of doubt because you're going to be in between the old state of mind and the new state of mind. So doubt is a normal occurrence. Doubt is a natural thing you're going to have. Instead of allowing doubt to stop you, do it anyway. So I think that's caught up for the ones that I talked about before you came in. The energetic vibe of negativity is so overwhelming. My manager hated her job and called me for 2 hours every day talking only negative things. See? And it's so overwhelming and it can affect your mental health. It can affect how you see things because your ears are very sensitive. They're a gateway. And so you definitely want to try to see if you can eliminate as much as possible. Or when they're talking and complaining, maybe you shouldn't be tuning in and listening as well. Like I do a lot of one-on-ones, and if I'm listening, but I'm not listening enough for it to enter. I'm not listening enough for it to take hold in me. I'm listening enough to guide the conversation to something more positive and to more solution focus and the outcome. I started feeling depressed and started hating my job without even knowing why. I decided to speak less to her and enjoy my job more and feel healthier. Yes. On the topic of value, I agree that most people who give something want in exchange for value. So why are transactional relationship frowned upon? I think it depends on how it comes about. That's all, because everything is somewhat transactional. Even if it's not money, it's something happening, some type of exchange. I think it depends on how it's established. That's the only time that it can be frowned upon. I think that sometimes people look down upon it. And anyway, if you're talking about love and relationship, no one that are healthy and in their right mind wants to look at love as a transaction. Even if you know that everything is somewhat transactional, everything is somewhat of an exchange. You know it, I know it, but no one wants to look at it as such. And especially when you're dealing with men. They believe in love at first sight still. They did the research on this. More men believe in love at first sight versus women. And they don't want to be relegated to just ATM or transactions. We can know about it. We can take it in mind, but you definitely don't want to bring it up when it comes to men, especially men who provide. They don't want to be looked at is such as an ATM or just a provider. How do I join the Pedestal Wife Society? I think this is a great energetic fit for me. Um, it depends on what you want to join because I decided I have a YouTube membership now. I never even announced it. I just decided to create it one day. I do what I feel is the best thing to do, what is in alignment, what is purposeful, and what's impactful. So I have YouTube membership, and then I have my own inner circle membership. So I have two. So I have my YouTube membership that you can go and just hit the join button. You can join there. The inner circle is more along the lines if you want to have like one-on-ones, you want me to be able to meet with you and you want it just to be me and you, I offer that there. It just depends on what you're looking for. So either you can hit the join button on YouTube or you can go and join the inner circle membership and that gives you the option to meet with me. And then also you get access to the membership on that end. If you're an inner circle member, do not join the YouTube membership. I know I have to be I have to make sure I mention that. Do not, because you're getting more uh, value for your buck in the inner circle. So don't join a YouTube membership. You don't need it. It's the option I wanted to give women who weren't ready to make that level of investment. So I offered you the YouTube membership. Some of the videos that I put in, some of the videos that are not on the page are in YouTube membership now. The inner circle membership has all of the videos. When I'm talking from the very first time that I started making videos, from my old videos to my new videos, they're in the inner circle. YouTube membership don't have any of my old videos. They have a lot of the newer videos that I have. Do you have to do one-on-one in the inner circle? No. It's something that you have an option to do. Let's say you have a month where you really want to sit down with me because you have something you're going through, then you can utilize it. It's not a requirement to do the one-on-ones. I encourage women in the inner circle, don't even do the one-on-one unless it's something that you have that you really need to have a conversation about. Like if something's going on that you really need guidance on. So I got the YouTube membership for the women who are just like, I want to invest, but I'm not ready to invest and exchange value with you in that way right now. I'm not in a position to do so. So the YouTube membership is available, or you can do the inner circle membership. Another thing that I wanted to add, because this is getting long, and that's the reason why I like doing like my when we do inner circle memberships, we have workshops too. My workshops, there's like I don't put a time limit on those, and you can still talk to me. We just talk in a group setting. We have a group workshop coming up on the 24th for the inner circle members, and we're going to focus in on dating online, bios, things that you should be looking for, websites that are niche that you should be on if you're going to be dating online so that you can have some success. I'm going to address that in that workshop. That's February 24th at 12 p.m. So the inner circle, you have workshops. The YouTube membership, there won't be any workshops. You just get access to the videos. All right, so I got a little bit more time. I want to add this before I get ready, even before I close out. I want to say this. Why do women think that someone is going to come around and give you power? Power has never been given, power has always been taken. You have to take back all the things that you want. If you don't take it back, no one's going to give it to you. That needs to be said. because I think a lot of women are still waiting on permission. You're waiting for someone to give it to you, or to ask permission to receive it. And that's not the way life works. A game changer that I have found is I stopped waiting on other people or requesting permission to go and get the things that I want out of life. I decided I want to take my power back. That's how you take power. You take power, you don't wait on it to be given. So if you want to be a woman who stands in her feminine power, you're going to have to go and do the work to make that happen for yourself. It's not going to happen, it's not going to happen, not even through these videos that I do. I do my best, but I know that I can help you on the back end in memberships and videos that I can't even post on social media because they're not algorithm friendly. Because I have to be careful too about what I say. I can only say so much on this internet. I don't own this. YouTube does. They can tell me at any moment that you're saying things I don't like or strike my page. And I've had it happen before. So I'm very careful about what I say on this internet now. What's the difference between the workshop and the mastermind? The workshop is something I do with the inner circle membership. The mastermind is we get together. There's more live streams in the mastermind. Okay, for one. Two, it's one payment, one time, and you get access to the mastermind as it grows. And basically, in the mastermind, we meet more. We have more live streams, and we have more discussions. It's still in the group setting, though. There is no one-on-one option with the mastermind. And you don't pay every month for the mastermind. The membership, there's a monthly payment for the membership. And that's where I do the workshops in. I do a monthly workshop with membership. So getting back to what I said before, if you want to step into your feminine power, you're going to have to do what it takes to step into it. It's not going to be given to you. I know a lot of women are upset because men aren't moving in the way you think they should move. They're not saying what they should say. They're not taking where you need to go. That's the reason why it's so important to step into your own power. And because that's the reason why we have so many women that are waiting around on men to even propose to them. Why would you ever? If a man isn't proposing to you, why would you wait on him? Why not get a man that will? I don't believe in waiting around. That's for the powerless, not for the powerful. Power is taken, not given. That's the last thing I'm gonna add to this before I get myself in trouble. So I'm gonna leave a moment for you all if y'all want to comment or you have some questions. I think in the YouTube membership, all of the videos that I did and how to use the 48 laws of power is in there because I had to take them down. Some people got triggered and how I taught it. And I plan on keeping my YouTube page and not getting it taken down. So that's the reason why I have membership. That's the reason why I have other ways of being able to have these conversations without everybody, any mama being able to listen to them, and then getting upset and then trying to get the video down. So if we don't have any other comments or anything you want to add to the conversation, hopefully I answered the questions about the memberships. They're different. They offer different things. So the YouTube membership just offers some of the newer content. I think the old content would be the 48 Law series that I did. That's in there. And the Inner Circle membership, it is it has all of my old and new content. And all of my workshops are in there too. So if you missed all the workshops that I've done over the last 2 years, they're in the Inner Circle membership. And you get access to them. I don't remember what the last workshop that I did. I know the last workshop I put in there was in Christmas because we took a break from workshops, and now we're going to pick back up on February 24th. We took a break for the holidays. And I think what you're talking about is the Co-Creator Mastermind. That mastermind is not even open. Oh, the mastermind doesn't open for, I think it's open. I'm only going to open it like once a year. That's the biggest difference. Everybody can't get in at any time. That mastermind won't open up again and probably till the end of the year or the beginning of the next year. All right, so I don't see any other comments. So I'm going to go ahead and close out the live stream. I appreciate you all for being here. Now I see that if I want to have more people here, I have to show up and you have to show up too. And we'll show up sometimes on Saturday so we can have these conversations. And I will see you all on the next one. You all have a wonderful Saturday, a wonderful weekend.